Hi, I am back at home now, not at the stables, and I wanted to make a second video today about what to do if people trigger you or certain types of people in kind of certain situations. It could be at work, could be out socially, with a group of friends or a bunch of people, and there's someone who really triggers you because of the way they behave. It could be in your relationship. You could be in a relationship getting to know someone and you suddenly start to get really triggered. And what do we do about that? Because we don't really want to go through our lives just avoiding people, certain people. And actually it can be a way of identifying something that is from your past. Perhaps it could be someone in your family or you grew up with, or someone who had a big influence in your life, behaved in a certain way that was a bit hurtful towards you in some ways, or it might have made you feel a bit squashed or sidelined, or they could have been a bit angry and it might have frightened you, or maybe they were a bit victim-y, and that could that could trigger you because they were always a bit kind of woe is me and never really took responsibility for themselves. That could be really triggering. The other thing it could be a sign of, and it could be connected to the other people in your life, that influential people in your life, but it could be a sign that there's something inside you as well that is something you don't really like about yourself. And again, it could be an angry streak or sadness. It could be a sort of victim energy. And you may have picked that up from someone, in your past. They were close to you, they had that victim energy or a bit of anger or whatever, and you learned that from them, and then you recognized that you didn't really like that in them, and then you saw it in yourself, and so you think, oh, I don't really like that about myself either. And it's so easy for us to just go, okay, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to push that away, and I'm going to deny it, and I'm going to ignore it, and I'm not going to be like that. Jealousy is another one that we sometimes try, and it's an emotion that some of us are not proud of having, and can cause problems in relationships and friendships and all that sort of thing. So when we see those things in ourselves, we can try and suppress them, deny them, push them away, and that never works. What we have to do is really, what I'm going to say, go inside, sit with them, be with those emotions, whether it's through breath work or, meditation. I do a bit of both, mainly meditation really for me, that works the best. And try and really connect to that part of you. And even if it was someone in your life, a parent or a caregiver or a relative or, I don't know, a brother, sister, just someone in your life that, behaved in a certain way that you didn't like, or that was detrimental to you or upsetting or hurtful to you in a certain way. And you kind of need to go inside and kind of find that experience, find that sort of emotion, try and be with it. Might be quite uncomfortable, might be quite upsetting, but kind of trust that you can be with it. And then, try and be with it and care for it. In the previous video, I talked about if you find something that really is quite upsetting inside you, like an experience you went back to, you might have been a young child, or I don't know, it could have happened in your adult life. You need to be with yourself. It's almost like the big version of who you are now. Find that confident person that's in the flow, that is feeling good about yourself. I know I'm really good at this, and I feel confident and calm, and I can put an arm around, if it was your friend that was really upset about something, someone had been hurtful to them in some way or upset them, or, they were upset because they'd done something wrong or they didn't like something about themselves, you go and maybe put an arm around them or just be with them. You need to kind of do that to yourself, that hurt bit inside yourself. So I think if you're triggered by certain people in certain situations, you know, first of all, try and identify if there is a time in your past where someone has, you know, done something hurtful to you or pushed you into a corner or whatever it is. And then see if also you can recognize that in you as well. And you perhaps don't like it about yourself. And you're going to have to be really gentle with yourself and, you know, really be okay with that. And, you know, your big version of yourself is going to have to kind of say to that little version of yourself, okay, I can be with you in that hurt. You know, if it's jealousy, then it could be that at some point you felt threatened or pushed out of something. If it's victim energy, then it's maybe some stuff's been done to you and at the time you just didn't know how to deal with it, you know, or how to process those emotions. And, you know, it's always just been following you around. If it's anger, again, you just never learned how to deal with a situation. So you've really got to tap into that feeling and then, you know, be kind of nice to yourself about it. Be with yourself in those feelings of anger or jealousy or sadness or, you know, feeling helpless or powerless. And the more you can kind of show yourself that empathy and be with yourself in those emotions, the more it can process. You're creating a sense of safety in yourself. Because if these things are coming up, these feelings of jealousy, anger, whatever it is, doubt, negativity, victim, you know, all those things, if they're coming up, it's probably because you feel a bit unsafe in yourself for whatever reason. And it's probably because you've had a feeling of unsafety at another time in your life and haven't been able to process those emotions properly. So I hope that helps. If you know, are dealing with difficult emotions and it's too much and it's too painful, do reach out or do get professional help or, you know, get a coach, get a mentor. There is help everywhere. It's becoming so much more accepted to talk about this stuff and it's so healthy. And my kind of goal is to normalize it all so that we can feel all the feelings and be really present and, you know, be the biggest version of ourselves that we can. So that, you know, all those emotions, the nice ones and the harder ones, they all have to exist together in us. So, but sometimes some of them are a bit hard to meet with. So, give it a go. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.